Deep beneath modern London's financial district, construction workers hit something they weren't supposed to find in 1954, an underground temple stained with 1,600-year-old blood, carved with symbols that still puzzle archaeologists today. The marble head of Mithras himself was discovered on the excavation's final day. The Romans had deliberately sealed this sacred space beneath the city, hiding Rome's most dangerous secret for over a millennium. Tonight, you descend into the world of the Mithraic mysteries, where battle-hardened soldiers sought immortality through cosmic bull-slaying, blood oaths, and brotherhood so exclusive that emperors begged for initiation. These were the rituals Rome tried to erase forever. Why would the empire's fiercest legions risk everything for rites that promised power over death itself? The answer lies in what Mithraism offered that no other Roman religion could. A brotherhood transcending class and nationality, cosmic knowledge hinting at immortality, and a secret war against darkness that mirrored the chaos on imperial frontiers. Hidden beneath Roman cities and military forts, archaeologists have uncovered hundreds of Mithraeum's cave-like temples designed to replicate the original cosmic cave where Mithras defeated the primordial bull. But here's what haunts historians. We still don't know what most of these symbols meant to the initiates inside. Over 14,000 artifacts have been unearthed in recent excavations alone. Yet their purposes remain completely mysterious. Each temple was a miniature universe, with the Tauroctony at its center, Mithras plunging his dagger into the bull's neck, surrounded by enigmatic animals and a starry ceiling mapping the heavens. No more than 40 initiates could gather in these intimate sanctuaries, making each one an exclusive gateway to cosmic power. The path to enlightenment was psychological warfare against the initiate's former self. 7 grades of ascension, beginning as Corax the Raven, watching and learning in silence. Survive that transformation, and you became Nymphus the bridegroom, then Miles the soldier. Each level involved blindfolds, mock battles, symbolic deaths, and rebirths. Why such extreme measures? Because Mithraism wasn't just a religion. It was military training for spiritual warfare against cosmic chaos. Here's what makes this truly unsettling. Ritual daggers, crowns, and objects whose purpose archaeologists can only guess at today. Torchbearers flanked every altar, representing the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Sacred meals of bread and wine united brothers in bonds stronger than family loyalty that could mean survival on dangerous frontiers. But what specific knowledge did they gain that made Roman soldiers risk everything for brotherhood? The story of Mithras doesn't begin in Rome, but in ancient Persia, where he was worshipped as a god of light locked in eternal battle with darkness. As Roman legions marched east, they encountered Mithras and transformed him into their own savior, a god born from stone, wielding cosmic power and promising victory over death. For men who lived and died by the sword, Mithras was the ultimate soldier's god-offering loyalty, discipline, and the promise of cosmic victory written in the stars themselves. Roman emperors from Commodus onward were drawn into Mithras's orbit. Later writers hinted that men like Aurelian and Diocletian sought initiation, but hard evidence remains scarce. What we do know is this. As legions moved from Britain to Mesopotamia, they built Mithraeums in garrisons and border forts, carrying their secret faith to the empire's farthest edges, far from the public temples of Rome. But Mithraism's greatest rival was rising in those same shadows: Christianity. Both faiths promised salvation and resurrection. Both eventually tied their savior figures to winter solstice celebrations. Later writers claimed Mithras' birth was marked on December 25th, but scholars still debate whether these similarities reveal influence or coincidence. As Constantine converted and elevated Christianity to imperial favor, Mithraism shifted from tolerated cult to spiritual enemy. Temples were sealed, rituals outlawed, and the brotherhood forced underground until the cult vanished entirely by the 4th century. For over 1,000 years, the Mithraic mysteries survived only as rumor and scattered references. Then archaeologists began uncovering the truth, piece by piece. London's Walbrook Mithraeum yielded its secrets beneath the financial district, its altar still bearing traces of ancient offerings. Beneath Rome's San Clemente Basilica, researchers discovered a perfectly preserved temple with carvings untouched for 1,600 years, Mithras frozen forever in the act of slaying the cosmic bull. Each new discovery added fragments to an incomplete puzzle. Undeciphered symbols, ritual objects of unknown purpose, and the unsettling question of what actually happened in those torch-lit chambers when outsiders were locked away. The greatest mystery endures. What did the bull slaying really represent? The death of winter, the conquest of time, or a cosmic code we still haven't cracked? How did initiates experience their journey from darkness to light, and what forbidden knowledge did they gain that made them risk everything for a place in the Brotherhood? Could Mithraism have become the world's dominant faith if history had taken a slightly different turn? If you could explore a lost Mithraeum, what secret would you hope to uncover in those torch-lit chambers? Do you think the similarities between Mithraism and Christianity reveal a hidden connection? Or are we just seeing patterns we want to see? Drop your theories and wildest questions in the comments. Let's see who can crack the code of the Brotherhood Rome tried so hard to erase. And if forbidden cults, lost temples, and buried religions fascinate you, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because next time we're diving into another lost brotherhood that challenged the ancient world and paid the ultimate price for their secrets.